number one, you have to understand that, as I said, point number one, Norway is very competitive, all right? What do I mean here? For those who are just joining, because I know there are a couple of people who are just joining, if you didn't know, Norway is one of those countries. I think there are about two of them, the only two countries left in Europe, Norway and Germany, all right, which still have free tuition universities, all right? Public universities in these two countries, Norway and Germany, are tuition free. Okay, so you study absolutely for zero tuition fee. Then what you always contribute per semester is a semester contribution. That is it. You don't pay tuition fee. All right. Before, we used to have Finland and Sweden among these categories, but nowadays the story is different. All right. So if you intend to study abroad, your results are good, and you haven't found a university yet, you may consider applying to Norway. First, as I said, Norway is highly competitive. What do I mean by this? If you are to apply to a Norwegian university, know that you are going to be competing with people from all over the world, all right? And remember that since Norway is tuition free, most Americans too, some Australians, all right, some Canadians will be looking for means to study in Norway again or two, all right? Remember, in all these countries I named, their tuition is very, very expensive, all right? The only advantage citizens from this country have is that they may get a form of funding from their government, because the government takes care of most of their stuff, you understand? But as an international student from Africa, know that you are going to face a new challenge, all right, competing with people from outside of Norway. And now, as I said, it's highly competitive. So when you are applying for a program, make sure that you read the requirements very well. There are program requirements, there are university requirements. Make sure you go through all of them, because, as I said, it is highly competitive. And I think a maximum class, or it depends too on the university, but they are not going to select many people, okay? There will be thousands of applications, but among those thousands, maybe in a program like civil engineering or computer technology in the Norwegian University of Science and Technology, they might tend to take only 20 or 25 students, all right? So before you apply, make sure the first advantage is that read the requirements very well. The second advantage is that if your results is good, your past educational results are good, you stand a chance getting admissions, all right? Now, point number two, there is no application fee for Norwegian universities, because almost all over Europe, like Finland, Sweden, some universities in Germany, when you are going through uni assist, Scotland, Denmark, as I know, there is almost all the universities in Europe, Estonia and other Schengen countries, Poland as well, they do have an application fee you have to pay to either the administrating team or the central administration of the institute, or the people in charge of admissions, all right? So Norway is application free, all right? You can apply for Norway or in a Norwegian university without paying a franc for application fee. That is point number two you have to know. The next point you have to know is that before you apply, there are requirements, all right? There are requirements, and requirements vary from country to country. What do I mean by this? If you go to the portals of the university and you try to verify, you will see that students from Nigeria, Cameroon, China, Vietnam, Pakistan have different requirements to meet, all right? For example, you may be asked to go to the GCE board if you are a Cameroonian and tell them to confirm your results for ordinary levels and advanced level. Meanwhile, a Pakistani applying to the same institute or the same institution will be asked to go to a certain agency in Pakistan in charge of Norway and legalize their documents, all right? So these are the differences. Nigerians too, they have their own. But remember, if you are coming from China, Pakistan, Vietnam, India, Cameroon, Nigeria, Ghana, all right, and all other countries, you are going to find them on the university website. You will have different requirements to meet, all right? Make sure you follow yours, and make sure you follow the rules, because as soon as you don't meet up the requirements, or you step aside from the rule that has been given, your application will be disqualified automatically, all right? So you have to be very, very careful. The third thing you have to know, I don't know if it's the fourth or the third, you have to know that after your admissions, if you have been offered a place to study in any Norwegian university, you have to accept your spot, alright? Accepting your spot means that the university might send you the admissions letter and they are going to tell you to pay a small token. I think that token should be $40, alright, to confirm that you are going to come to Norway or to migrate to Norway to study their degree program. Because they are doing this because they know that some people sometimes will not meet financial requirements, which I'm still going to come to that, alright? So they want to know if you are dropping at the first stage so that they can add somebody in your position, alright? So that is the reason when you get admissions, you are going to confirm your spot and make sure you keep the email address you use during the application period, okay? I hope that is understood. Now, the other point you need to know is that you need a visa, alright? I think almost all Africans need visas to go to Norway because Norway is a country found in the northern hemisphere, alright? It is a very cold country. So most of us is a European country, so you can't go there without a visa if you are from Africa. Some other Europeans may enter into Norway without visas, as I know, alright? But almost all of us in Africa needs visas to go to Norway. I think American and Australians don't need visas as well to go to Norway. But whatever the case, if your case you need a visa, please make sure you apply as early as possible, alright? Because now there are a lot of challenges. COVID-19 is disturbing, so there are a lot of rules, quarantine rules that are going to be taking place. So make sure you apply as fast as possible. Now, the other thing you need to know is the financial proof I was about talking about a few minutes ago. Now, when you get an admission into a Norwegian university, remember I said Norwegian universities, public universities, alright, not private. First, you are going to be studying in English language if you apply for a master's degree, alright. Notwithstanding the fact that there are still English courses for bachelor students, so if you are a bachelor's degree student, you have to look very well, alright, and apply for a program. Not all universities have programs in English language for bachelors, but almost all the universities, public universities, have English taught programs for masters, alright. So bachelor's degree students have a small challenge, but it's not impossible. There are universities in Norway you can apply for a bachelor's degree, alright, and I think it's going to favor the science students especially, or the engineering students. So you have to check very well. Now, coming to the financial part, when you get an admission into Norway, since Norwegian universities are free tuition, you will still have to show that you will be capable of taking care of your feeding, your accommodation, your transportation, and anything that involves money, irrespective of the fact that you are not going to pay tuition fee, alright? So now, what the government has put in place is that they said you must bring a certain amount of money put in a bank in Norway, and before they will give you documents to apply for the visa. This is what they do. When you are accepted, the university is going to put banking details or an account on your admissions letter, alright, telling you to transfer a certain amount in that bank account, and the amount is usually before it was 121,221 Norwegian krone, if I'm not mistaken. Check the previous videos, please. I mentioned that, alright. Or but nowadays, sometimes you have to understand that this amount usually change every year, alright. If you convert 121,221 Norwegian krone, I think it should be around 13,000 US dollars or more, alright. So now, but the amount can change any year. So last year it changed, alright. This year it might change, and sometimes it doesn't come below, it moves upward. So you should be expecting something from 13,000 US dollars or 13,000 plus, alright. Before, that is the money you are going to show for the blocked account. For those who don't know the meaning of a blocked account, I have a video on my channel. Go check it out and make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't subscribed. Again, let me say, the money you are putting in the account, you can't show it as a loan. You must put the money cash in a bank in Norway. The university is going to tell you, give you the details, you transfer the funds inside the bank, then the banking details will be sent to you. The account details will be sent to you to use to apply for your visa, to use for your visa application, alright? Without the blocked account, it is called blocked account, not bank statement. Without a blocked account, to show that you have put money in a bank or blocked money in a bank in Norway, you will not be granted the visa. That is the rule, alright? And so, as I said before, some people used to have challenges for this money. If you don't have the money, don't go closer to Norway. Always read application portals. When the application season is open, check it first before you start the application. There is no need getting an admission where you can't continue. Alright, so that is what you need to know. Now, moving forward, you have to understand that another thing you need to know is Norway is very cold, especially around the northern part where we have the Norway University. You have to know that if you are moving to Norway during the winter seasons, alright, what I mean by the winter seasons, if you are going to apply from October, know that you are going to enter during winter. Make sure you arm yourself and get cotton dresses, alright? Dresses made of cotton and your winter jackets, alright? Because it's damn cold out there. So don't say I never told you. Now, another thing the viewers on my channel, or if you are a viewer on this channel, you need to know is Norway is one of those countries in Europe, if not Europe, the whole world, that is one of them that is damn expensive. Norway is very, very expensive. So now, if you are moving to Norway, you have to understand. You now get why I said the government is saying you have to show an amount equivalent to like 13,000 plus, right? Because Norway is very expensive. It's one of those expensive countries alongside Luxembourg, Australia, and so many other places to live in. Alright? So, if you are going to Norway, know that it's very expensive. And always try to escape from big cities like the city of Oslo, alright? If you are living in Oslo and someone is living in around Tromsø, you guys may not tend to pay the same amount of money for accommodation. Oslo is highly expensive. In general, all big cities around the world are expensive. If you take New York, the same, or you take Sydney, alright? Or you take, let's say, let me compare my own country, Yaoundé, Douala, economic capital, and the capital itself, or you take Abuja and Port Harcourt, you are going to see the differences, alright? So, Norway is highly expensive. Before you go there, know that it's expensive, and if you are not living in Oslo, you have a little bit of advantage, alright? So that is what you need to know as you prepare to apply in October. Thank you so much, guys, for today. If you enjoyed today's episode, please give this video a thumbs up, press the like button, and do not forget to, as usual, below, you subscribe. Subscribe and turn on the notification bell, okay? I realize that a lot of people are subscribing, but they are not putting on the bell. If you subscribe without opening the bell, you will not be able to get content when I upload them, alright? Turn on the bell so that you will enjoy more episodes like this. Until we meet again, peace.